Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks with Joy and Sean. As you can see, we're always smiling and
We're
laughing.
in the we're already in the leadership retreat mode, so Cody's got to be
Yeah,
careful. Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah. You're right. Yeah, we're heading there today, and gonna have a couple great days in Nashville. And who knows? I should have put my cowboy hat on. I've already got a pack, so I can. I don't have my other
got
hat.
me. Yeah.
I don't know. You kind of got to get in the spirit and the mood. But
No. So
anyways,
anyway,
looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of you at the leadership retreat coming up here, and exciting stuff. And congratulations to Sean for yeah, Joy. You did earn your trip, got
Mhm.
your qualifications in there. I
Thank
got
you.
mine in just at the nick of time this week. I
Correct.
got mine in there, and many people there have qualified 100% for it. So exciting for
Yes,
that.
thank you, Cody, for allowing us to do that. So
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for
okay.
allowing us to do that and
Yeah.
giving us, hey, it's kind of like, I say in my I am statements all the time, I'm a permanent VIP, and then I laugh when something done not related to promptings and all shows up in VIP section. It's like, well, I'm going there.
Well, told myself.
I I know you do that. So that's the same thing with the trip. It's like, give me an incentive, give me something to
All
work
right.
for,
You've
you know.
always been like that, so good.
And why we don't give ourselves our own incentives, because it
Should.
works every time, right?
Absolutely.
So, but anyways, so hey, what are we chatting about there, Mr. Sean, today?
So, energy on how when you talk about the gratitude movement, when you're showing people the gratitude movement, even when you're sending cards and gratitude, and what's your energy like, and are you excited? Because and on the flip side, we've all had those people that we've chatted about, like, God, I hope they don't join. So you can control how you come across, and um, I think you have to come across with a little bit of, look, we're going to add 1 million people or more in the next couple of years. I am no doubt about it whatsoever. And if you're not excited about that when you're talking to somebody, because I think that it attracts people, because we've all had the mode where you're talking to somebody and well, and you're like, oh God, let me get away from,
Yeah,
and you start doing, you start to, versus, they're excited, and you want to be part of that. You want to feel that energy. That's contagious. So how are you talking about the gratitude movement? And are you excited when hey, let's send a card to somebody, and we're going to make their day, and this is going to be so cool. And so I think we really have to, bring the energy, bring the boom when you're chatting what you do. And I help people stay in gratitude with their clients, and help it. No, let's be excited about what we do, because it is exciting, and we get paid to show gratitude to other people.
yeah,
Uh, you
yeah.
know, so and again, when you're chatting with people, be cautious of your energy. That there's a book, John Gordon, The Energy Bus, and he talks about energy vampires. You don't want someone on your team that, and we were talking earlier, when someone calls, if Joy calls, do I go, yeah, or do I go, no, I don't do that, because I know it's Joy. So think of that when someone calls you and you're like, oh God, it's contagious. So that's
Yeah.
yeah, both
Yeah.
ways,
And,
both ways.
if you were on the calls earlier this week, listening to Tom Cinderella,
Absolutely.
and the excitement that he has and and some people think it's way over the top. He's just like over the top excited. That's not me. Well, look at what he's done. Look
Right.
at what he is attracting. His energy is attracting people in a very positive way. And energy does play a big part of it. And as I'm smiling to myself here, Sean and I were just talking at the pre-show. I had a former consultant on the call Tuesday night with Cody. Just kind of worked out with her. She left her company. She started her own company, but she was a consultant before. But she was one of those folks, as we all have, will always have these people in our lives and in our teams that sign on and then they don't want to do anything, and
Right.
then it's kind of like you're
And it's not their
constantly,
fault.
Yeah, yeah, they just and then they, and you're constantly trying to do everything you can to get them started, which that's a whole nother lesson in itself. And Jordan talks a lot about this. It's like you gotta let them go, Well, you don't always let them go, But anyways, this is this kind of person.
Right.
And now that she's back on this call, and it's like we had a conversation afterwards, But at the same time, I'm saying to myself,
Please don't do it. Please don't do
yeah,
it.
what I put myself through
And
what
it,
for? Yeah, and we all know people change and people want that, but when we start talking about our topic, I started chuckling to myself, thinking, wow, I did not present the energy to her that I needed to about this, because I let my own like kind of thing happen
right.
instead of like, the we're going to be up these $5 million, 5 million users. Do you want to be a part of it? You can do it for half price. I mean, just trying to like, this is the time. This is the time to do
And I
this.
think you have to have a little bit of an attitude like, look, you don't join, that's okay. I'm on to my next person.
Yeah,
That's the mode we have to be. We are in a growth period. You
right,
cannot try to drag you can't drag people with you.
right,
You
right.
know, what you want to find is that people that push you, that you grow and they're growing and you're helping them and we're working together, but we're doing it in a great way, in a positive way. And,
Yeah, yeah.
we're energy beings. Whether you believe that or not, we are energy. And when you want to be around some positive fun, like this weekend, it's going to be a blast. Everyone's going to
Right,
kind of have the same mindset.
right, right.
It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have to talk, probably get into some deep conversations, but that's okay too.
Hmm, hmm.
But we're there to grow and how can we help each other? And that's what this company's about. And,
Yeah.
that's who we're going to attract. And we're not
Think,
going,
think about how many people at Nashville don't know about us and
oh,
what we have to present. Think about
everybody,
that.
but who
We're going
lives
to
in
be on
that?
the
Okay. Who's
streets.
a consultant or customer in Nashville? What do we have? Probably less than 100 and everyone else. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
No one
yeah,
knows about us.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, maybe we'll
and if
be on
that
the
doesn't
news.
get you
Maybe
excited,
maybe we'll be on the news as the gratitude people.
right.
Nashville has been invaded by
Wow,
gratitude
there's
people.
an extra energy feeling going on around Nashville this weekend. Wonder
Yeah,
what it
what's going
is.
on here?
It's the people from the gratitude movement.
Wow, think about that. That's pretty kind
Right.
of cool.
I don't even think they touch the ground when they walk. They just float across the, wow. And to go to your point, I don't think Tom was over the top. And you have your own personality.
Mhm.
You don't have to be, you don't want to be who you're not.
That's
You
correct.
want to
That's
bring
correct.
your best positive energy self when you so Joy, what do you do? And if you're like, yeah, I help people, with the gratitude movement versus, yeah, but, I work with this cool company, we do the gratitude movement and I'm helping people be in gratitude, share gratitude, and then I show others how to do the same thing. It's just that extra
Right,
little boost that people
right,
are like, and then they lean in. Then they
right,
lean in,
right, right.
so.
And I think some people get afraid that if they do even that much, that the word pushy comes into their mind.
No,
And it's
no,
not.
no.
We share gratitude.
Right.
Who doesn't want gratitude in their life? Who feels they get enough gratitude from other people or from
Right.
the world? I mean, it's a
So
win-win.
did you just notice what Joy, every time she said gratitude, she leaned in. Consciously or subconsciously, she leaned in when she said gratitude. And I don't think it's you're not trying to, hey, come on over here, look at this car, and let's got it's you, and that's not pushy. That's just you're excited about what you do. If people feel it's pushy, then they don't get it and they probably never will.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
okay. They're not going to pay your bills. So get over that. Who
right.
cares what people
And,
think?
and something that I read, heard, whatever, when somebody gives you that like, what do you mean? Or, I don't believe that, or they give you some kind of indication that makes you feel like you're being pushy. Instead of reacting, just sit back and just say, let me think about that. Or you're in your mind, you're thinking, and you can come back. Give yourself a couple seconds. Give yourself a couple seconds to come back in a positive way.
Right.
Give yourself a couple seconds to get that energy back in the right direction.
Do you get that much though? Do you get people? I don't ever get anybody saying you're pushy or you're over the top.
No, I don't get people saying that kind of thing, but I get people that look at you like, I don't think I believe a word you're saying, kind of
And
thing.
that's them, not
Yeah,
you.
that's exactly right. And that's
Yeah.
where the comes into play,
Yeah. Oh,
because
so you're a
it's like,
dumbass.
yeah, it's like, really? What's wrong with me?
All
No.
right. Well, nice chatting with you.
How could you
Do you have any
not like
positive
this?
friends?
How could you not like this? How could you not? And
Well,
I'll tell you something else, folks. As Sean and I have been around for a long time, we've sent thousands of cards out to people, and now it's like 2,000 acts. I mean, you got so many opportunities. You when Cody says, all of us say send at least 5 acts a day and send at least one card, double that. Do because the more you get out there doing that, the more you do that, and the more you get out, and people see you, people are going to be coming to you and saying, "Hey, thanks for this. Hey, I love
absolutely.
how you're doing." They're coming to you with a smile.
Yeah.
And it starts by doing all that stuff on the front end, you know?
And you'll start to hear, Joy, I love your energy.
Yep,
You're going to hear, and
yep,
again, you have to be, if you're not, you have to be yourself when you do
right,
it.
right.
You can't try to be, you don't try to be anyone else in promptings in the gratitude movement. You have to be yourself, but you got to bring the energy, the positivity. This is fun. This is
Yeah,
exciting to
yeah,
share with people. And, isn't it fun when you get a comment back like, man, you just made my day. You always make my day when you send me cards. I mean, that's what we do.
yeah,
And unfortunately, some will not get that. And that's okay.
right,
That's okay.
right,
But doesn't mean we stop sending them cards. But
right,
you
right.
know, yeah, it's just being that energy. Have a little bit of an attitude with like, look, we're growing this. We're going to do this over the next couple of years. I mean,
Yeah,
it's going to go. We've got the foundation after this week. I mean, it's here,
right,
and it's
right,
going to happen with or without them.
right,
So,
right.
yeah,
I just thought of something as we're talking about this too. It's like
I'm
I
glad you were listening
visualize.
to me.
Yeah, I know. I do think once in a while. Um, visualize yourself in a group around a table and someone says to you, "What do you do?" And you're at that moment. How are you going to react to this with
Right,
enthusiasm? Without making it look like
right.
kind of thing. And something that might work for you
How do
is
you look? Eh, so
yeah,
don't do
it's
that.
like, what
Okay.
do you do? I said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you like it when people tell you thank you, or do you feel appreciated enough, or do you feel like there's enough that you feel, and I want to say you don't want to turn around to how they feel, but just like, how do you feel about when somebody says thank you to you, says they're grateful for you,
Right.
let them answer that question. Now you're ready. Well, I'll tell you what, I am part of a gratitude movement. And that's all we do. We make people, we make people feel good, gratitude, we share it, we show it. That's what I do.
Yep.
You know, would you like some more information? Or how about if I send you a link? Or,
Right.
sometimes if you've reached that point, it's like, hey, let's take a picture,
Yep.
do a selfie and do an app right in front of them, or something like that. So, but give yourself a moment and let them answer your question for you. Yeah, how do you feel about gratitude? You've already
Yep.
opened that door
Absolutely.
and you've had time to think.
So, so
Yeah.
that's it.
But
Bring the boom. Bring the energy.
yeah,
We
yeah,
are going to grow. You don't want to look back in 2 or 3 years and go, I wish I would have got a piece of that. Huh. Wish it would have showed more
yeah.
people. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, gosh, I wish I would have listened to Sean or Joy. I wish,
Yeah.
why didn't they make
And we
me?
will never say
I
I told you
had that
so, but
Facebook thing. Get it together. Why didn't they do that to me?
damn it.
All of a sudden, it's your fault, right?
And you know what? And this is where you can use the three-way calls. If you struggle with that, get somebody that you can do three-way calls with that will give that boost. And it's not those are less than probably 10-minute calls, 5 minute,
Yeah.
10-minute calls. So if you're fine, and it doesn't have to be your upline, it can be a cross line side, down. If you have somebody in your organization, you're like, oh my God, I just love how they present and do this. Hey, would you do three-way calls with me? You know, those I think will help people grow that are, maybe don't have that. So,
Right.
And anything we can do to help you, let us know.
Yep, awesome. Well, hey, buddy, have a
The
safe
caffeine
flight.
works.
See you tomorrow, and
Yep.
see all you guys next week. I'm sure we'll have a few cowboy
We'll
hats
probably
on.
do a few lives
Yeah.
over the weekend. We
Yeah,
can't tell
maybe
you
we'll do
what
live
secrets
over the
we're going to
weekend.
learn. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll do live when I see Sean up on stage singing, you know.
Yeah, that's probably don't be ashamed,
Yeah.
darling.
See
Probably,
you,
oh, it's
everybody.
country. Okay, I'll have to go that route.
All
So,
right. Take care. Bye.